If the way you got dressed could change how people hear your story. This is Style to Speak. We're following my mom, who is a best-selling romance author, because she's getting ready to be a moderator and to get honored as a guest for an event. So we had to pull some looks straight from her closet, and we did all of this in the same week. We didn't buy anything new, just intentional choices, a few alterations, and the confidence that comes from knowing and experimenting with your style.
Except these shoes. Yeah, that's pretty. Everything you need is in your closet. Yay, nay. Yes. No. Maybe so.
We wanted to go for a look that was classy or classic with a twist to it, something unexpected. So, layering this shirt under a jewel shirt and the outfit that we have coming up for the evening that is going to be a surprise at the end of this video is something that was inspired both by what she wanted and also by pushing the boundaries just a little bit and getting outside of your comfort zone to create something that was really cool and unique. I mean, I do like the pop. I like the vibrant yellow with the muted blue.
I feel like the shoe is doing something weird. Probably because it's big.
That probably is a very good reason why. But y'all, this series isn't just about clothes. It's about storytelling. My role wasn't only helping her prepare her looks, it was capturing her in a way that reflects who she is now and where she's going in her career as an author. Because when you're stepping into a room as a speaker, a moderator, a guest, people don't just remember what you said, they remember how you showed up. Style is one part of that, and content is another, and together they tell the full story. And apparently, this outfit was giving royalty because somebody said that it felt like they were talking to royalty when they were talking to my mom. And that impression didn't come from the clothes alone, it came from the way she carried herself, the way she engaged, and the way her story was documented and shared. But don't just take my word for it, see it for yourself.
Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome. I'm so excited to be here. Panel is going to be an exciting one, so I hope you guys are excited. Fiction, they always take their minds to urban, street lit, and things like that. But you ladies are writing in genres outside of that. So that's what we're going to talk about today is taking those stories and putting Black people into places where we're traditionally not talked about.
Working with publishers and agents and whatnot, and the majority of them prefer my thrillers over my contemporary romances because my contemporary romances would show a woman being loved and pampered. Like I have a book that came out last December, Beautiful Broken Love, and she was loved and pampered even though she was going through grief.
Let's do a deeper dive into what it means to write about Black people, because the trauma that informs us in the world is unique, but I do think that it's important for us to push back when the publishers are saying, like, I got a note that I needed more trauma in my book.
Form of misogynism or whatever it was to criticize his grandmother, who was this icon, and he was like, Black women need to stay in their place. And she told me this story. She said, you're right, grandson. Black women do need to stay in their place. But guess what? Their place is everywhere.
And book talk is a good tool, but for us as Black women, it does not flock to us. It has its things, but book talk can be finicky.
Yeah, I'd say one of my favorite writers is Shonda Rhimes. Big inspiration to me, especially in terms of Scandal, writing of a Black female anti-hero, famously.
Put your hands together for this beautiful panel of authors. Thank you, ladies, so much for your thoughtful answers. And I am going to turn it back over.
For anyone building a career where visibility matters, whether you're a speaker, a host, or a personality, the way you're seen tells people what you stand for. That's why it's so powerful to partner with someone who not only understands your style, but can create content that captures the story you want told. Think about how Sarah Jakes Roberts and Jay Bolin make such an amazing team because, yeah, the style was important, but the bigger picture was how that style supported her vision and created a story that women all around the world could connect with Women Evolve.
So, hey everybody, my name is Bailey West. I am a contemporary romance author. I released my first book, Blues Beauty, in 2016, December, very quietly, very scared when I did it. But since then, I've released 21 other titles. I believe I'm up to 21 or 22 titles. I am a self-published author, which means that I do everything myself. I'm not under a traditional publishing house, and it's my safe space. Really didn't click with my adult life. Like I had to really deconstruct what I believed in order to really learn how to be a Christian again, because some of the things that I taught just didn't work for me. It just didn't make sense. And so a lot of the things that you see in my stories are really through a lens of deconstructing to really show that you can have boundaries, but you can still have a great life, that all Black people are not a monolith. There are people who just have family and love each other and live well without shooting and killing and stealing and all of those other things that Black people have been portrayed doing. So my life really does portray, my books do portray like what I am surrounded by and what.
Do you have a favorite writing snack or beverage that fuels your creativity or that you have to have? What is it?
Yep. Yes, gumballs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I would have never thought.
Gumballs.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. Gumballs. Yeah, I keep a container of gumballs on my desk, and by the time the gumballs are gone, my story is done. Wow. But the problem that I'm having now is that I got Invisalign and I can't chew gum. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. And it was, so my creativity was zapped, right? I didn't think that I would be able to do anything. And so I was sitting on my bed, on the side of my bed, and I don't know if I went to sleep or what, but I visualized this story. Like it came to me. The whole premise from beginning to end, it just kind of dropped. It just kind of came to me like a vision. And I went and I started writing it, not thinking that I would be able to, because I knew that COVID had really just drained me of any level of creativity, but I was able to push this story out. But it really did for lack of a better term, it really was just a supernatural thing that happened. And so people's reviews are for readers, they are not for authors. If you're saying positive stuff, we don't even see it because we focus on the negative. And that's just with human beings, right? We'll see a million things that say, you're great, you're great, you're great. This was a good story. This is the best thing. And then we zero in on that one person that say, this was trash. I would never read this author. And that sits on you as a creative. So I would just tell myself to write the story until you like it and then release it. Because as long as you're satisfied with your work, then you satisfied, and keep going forward.
I'm still hung on maybe the very first thing that you said about writing being your escape. And I find that authors say that, but I think that means something different for each author when they say that.
And so when something is your passion, when you really enjoy doing it, you don't feel the weight of it, I guess. And you saying it now, I feel it now, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I love fiction because I can make anything be anything that I want. I've even made up my own town. I made up my own country, actually, but I've made up my own town. So it has waterfalls, and it's got an ocean, it's got some lakes, and they like, where is it? I don't know where it is. It's in my mind.
And there you have it. One day we went from pulling outfits in our closet and making small alterations to moderating a panel of Black authors and being interviewed in a night with Bailey West. We started with the prep, traveled to the venue, captured the panel and the interview, and all through it, her story came through. That's the heart behind Style to Speak. It's about more than getting dressed. It's about documenting the voice, the presence, and the story behind the speaker so that the world sees you the way you want to be seen.